One of the things would be interesting to have you sort of explore a little bit is America has, or I should say US, has constantly driven a narrative of a power paradigm which is assimilation and acculturation. People come from all parts of the world, and they have to, in some ways, sort of breathe into the idea that everybody has to speak English, or at least that's the dominant narrative. And so the question is, in this assimilation and acculturation, which is very dominant, how do you think that applies in your two tribes and to the narrative?
Oh my. First of all, thank you for the very kind things that you said, and for arguably one of the most thought-provoking questions I've ever been asked. You know, one of the things that Coach Twain and I were talking about earlier lies in the notion of tribal definitions of what it means to be a part of the tribe. And that when you are and the way that I sort of explain it to myself is that in my version of the story, there's some mountaintop where people sit and they say, these are the 10 things that make you black, these are the 10 things that make you Jewish, these are the 10 things that make you gay, and if you cannot, do not, or will not tick those boxes, you are considered divergent. Period. In my case, I cannot, right? I was born, there is a dominant narrative in the Jewish community that Jews are white. Okay, well, never gonna happen. And there is a narrative in the black community that black people are Muslim or Christian, right? So off the bat, I'm out. There is a pressure to try to conform. And the pressure has become more lately. It happens for bi and multiracial people all the time, where you're encouraged to pick a side. But the manifestations of it of late, I think, are more intense because of all of the hate that everybody is experiencing. So people are really leaning into the safety of their tribe. And when I say the pressure has increased, I mean people have said to me, well, you look more ethnic when you wear your hair curly than when you blow it out straight. So it might make our people feel more comfortable. And then on the other side, proud black women wear their hair natural. Why did you blow your hair out? I was like, why does everybody care so much about what I'm doing with my hair? But I use that as an example. Perfect strangers are telling me that this is what you have to do and this is what you have to do. So it has always been a part of my story and my experience. And now I simply say no. Now I simply say, this is who I am. I no longer live in pursuit of a tribal embrace. And the real freedom for me came in working to no longer want it. I twisted myself into every version of a pretzel to try to get people to love me. If you do not love all of me exactly as I am, and no matter how I am wearing my hair today, that's not love. But again, 30 years of therapy and many, many years of life, I am able to stand in my authenticity, and I often stand alone. I very often stand alone. I have had people I thought were my friends from camp and college and childhood turn away from me when I started sharing the stories. But I know who I am. I know what real love is, and I know how important it is to not allow other people to try to trick me, because that's really what it is, right? They're trying to trick me into doing it their way when there's nothing wrong with my way. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, and I honor you for sharing that.
Thank you.